I remember I dressed Lady Zama. I got her because of a friend of a friend.
Okay.
They were looking for someone to fix her wardrobe. Disclaimer, I'm not the one that made the jumpsuits. No, that's not me. As in, nah. I was
Okay, I don't
actually
even know
called.
about the jumpsuit. I need to see the
They were
jumpsuit.
jumpsuits and she
Were they
was trending
trending?
for all the wrong reasons.
Okay.
And then I had to make an outfit for the summer awards.
Okay.
And I made her a yellow polka dress.
Let me introduce to you the new kid on the block. Mel La Vie is a new skincare range that recently launched. It is for face and for body. We deal with hyperpigmentation, anti-aging, wrinkles, natural glow. We also deal with dark inner areas. We target dark inner thighs, dark armpits, dark neck, dark elbows, dark knees, you name it. We also have a shaving combo. This shaving combo deals with ingrowns and shaving bumps. Both men and women can use this good quality product shaving range. We've got good actives in our product from glycolic acid, hyaluronic acid, kojic acid, and many more. You can contact us on the WhatsApp number that is popping on the screen, or you can reach out to us on all our social media platforms. We are here for all your skin needs. Hi everyone, this is the Waking Wife Woman podcast. My name is Promise Makunyane and I am your host. I'm sure you are like, okay, are we at the wrong place at the wrong time? No, you are not. You probably know my other podcast, which is Own Narrative Podcast. It's about marriage and family dynamics. And this particular one, it's not about marriage, it's not about family dynamics, but it's about women waking, whether married or not, but it's about waking women in general. And today I'm sitting with a very familiar face, very pretty face. She looks so pink, guys. You know what? She looks so pink. I was expecting her to come out of a pink car. The way she's so pink, you look so gorgeous, Mama.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Guys, I'm sure a lot of you guys might know her, but I do have also international viewers and so forth. So I'll take this moment. Actually, before you introduce yourself,
Yeah.
I want us to go into the icebreakers.
Okay.
Because you're like, I didn't prepare, blah, blah, blah. Maybe this will break the ice for you.
Okay.
So here goes. B Mashilo. If you had to teach a class on one thing, what would you teach?
Beadwork.
Oh.
Yeah, how to do beadwork.
Why?
I love it and I'm really good at it.
But it seems like it's a lot of work to beat.
It is. It's a lot of work.
Sure.
Yeah, it's a lot of work and it's something that you really need to love
Yeah.
in order to get right. But that's something I would sit down and say, this is how you do it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
The second one, by the way, there are 5.
Okay.
The second one, if you could eliminate one thing about your routine, what would it be?
Waking up early in the morning.
Do you hate waking up early in the morning?
I don't like it. And I have to.
Yeah.
Yes. I had to wake up at 5 o'clock for today.
Oh my God.
In order to get ready, do a little
Yes.
bit of work first. But I think it's because I've done it for so many years that gelapil. And I think my body's not able to just do back to back 5:30 in the morning or to make up quickly, run to the office,
Yeah.
do this in between. I am tired of waking up early.
I get you.
Yeah.
I get you. Would you rather be the funniest or the smartest in the room?
The funniest.
There's no both. Oh, the
Life
funniest.
is too short.
Life is very short.
Life is too short.
I love that.
Yeah.
What is the best advice you've ever received?
Ska Masilo.
Oh. Say it in English?
Be fearless.
Oh my gosh.
Be fearless.
What does fear mean to you?
Lack of confidence, amongst many other things.
Yeah.
Not being sure of who you are, what you want, and always second guessing yourself. And I think writing yourself off before even attempting or giving it a try.
Yeah.
For me, it could mean anything it means different things for different people.
Yeah.
But for me, I think it's being scared of your own dreams, yourself, your potential, self-doubt. So I think the best advice, be fearless in pursuit of whatever sets your soul on fire. Just do it. Just do it.
I love that. And I think this last one ties into you being tired of waking up in the morning.
Yeah.
What would you like to do when you retire?
Oh,
Do you also plan to retire? Maybe I
yes,
should
I
ask.
do.
Okay, at what age?
Next year.
My gosh, are you not just 20? You must be making a lot of money to retire next year. You must be making a lot of money.
I am far from that, but I receive.
Yeah.
Sorry, what was the question again?
What would you like to do when you retire?
I would love to travel the world, and I would love to travel the world
Yeah.
and explore and do something completely unrelated to fashion.
Yeah,
Something that would bring me peace, less anxiety. Look, I love what I do, but I would love a bit of change when I retire. I don't know at what age that would be, but hopefully travel with my husband, kids, and relax and enjoy the labor and the fruits of my labor. Yes. Ki ikutlwise man. I would love
Do you
to
believe
do
in
that.
marriage?
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Are you
I
in a
believe in
relationship?
love. No.
But
No comment.
No comment.
No
It's
comment.
complicated. I'm joking, guys.
I think it's very important to find someone that believes in you, in what you do, so that they can understand the kind of lifestyle that you live.
Yeah.
I am someone that works really hard. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm in my early phases, and there's still a lot of things that I'm hands-on within my business. And there's a lot I'm trying to figure out, you know, and it requires me to be away a lot. And often that part of your life gets neglected.
Yeah.
And I find that with a lot of business women, entrepreneurs, they struggle to balance relationships and businesses. So you really need to find someone that I think understands firstly the kind of life that you live, your schedule, the things that you do, and the importance of those things. So gore ke tla mo shooting mo from here, I'm going straight back to the office. It's not like I can go on a lunch date because
With my
you know,
husband.
I need to be able to balance it out. But more than anything, you need to find someone that can pour into you, that will push you, that will believe in what you do. When you're working back to back, askare, hey, instead, you can do it, push. And you both need to have a bigger picture in mind and someone that is very confident in who they are. Because, you know, it's not to say that I'm a boss at work and at home and in my relationships, but it's very important, I think, to find the balance. Okay, this is me as a girlfriend or as a wife, and this is how I need to carry myself. But more than anything, I think your partner sends a in order for it to work. My partner loves working hard. She is committed to the business, to the dream, and this is the time that she's going to set aside. But equally, I also need to give and pour in. So I won't say whether I'm in a relationship or not, but I think for entrepreneurs, that's something that we need to work on, especially boss ladies. Also knowing how to carry yourself when you're with someone. But one other thing about being a boss, you can't switch it off.
Okay.
So you want to hey at the office and then come home and hey, and it doesn't quite work.
No, it won't work.
So a lot of people will be like, yeah, I'm strong. If a man can't handle me, you don't need to be handled.
Yeah.
You need to find someone you can partner with. It's not about handling.
That's good.
Why are you being handled like a good? Yes. And then sometimes when you fall into the trap of thinking you're too much of a boss, you won't even be treated like like, you know, a baby. It's okay to be loved and to receive, but I will say that my strong character makes it difficult for me actually to receive love and to relax and to know that someone can say, no, I'll take care of that. I'm like, why? Because I'm used to doing a lot of the things. I'm the one that needs to think. I'm the one that needs to put out fires, you know, as well. But to find someone that says, relax, I got you. Or when you stress, someone that you can bounce ideas off with. You're always in protective and boss mode. So after a while, you're like, how? I can relax. I can unclench my teeth. Oh, it's a safe space. Oh, it's okay. Oh, I can be soft. I can be in my feminine era. I can really, you know, just let things happen. So, you have to be receptive and ready for that and make space. But
That was a loaded answer, and I'm so glad that you touched on it because it's really that. Everything that
Yeah.
you said, it's that. And that's why I'll take it back to when I said it's better for you now to set standards, to know when I'm working, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And when you
Yeah.
find a partner, that partner will just plug in who you
Yes.
already are.
Yeah.
Unlike us, we started being like this in the marriages, and it's a bit of a you're no longer spending time with us, blah, blah, blah,
You
you know?
used to be
So
this.
you have to now unlearn and make people adjust, like my husband and the children to adjust that mommy has to work, mommy has to be late. Even like going away, I never used to go away for work or anything like that. So now I need to adjust my family that, okay, this is who I am now. And I'm very unapologetic about that, unfortunately. However, I'm not like, rude or hey, get a boss baby now or no, but because I don't want to be a boss baby that has no husband.
Yeah.
Definitely not me.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm not one of those. But anyways, enough about relationships. Let's go into your journey of becoming B Mashilo Designs. When does it start?
So I have.
Or maybe let's tell people who you are. I think I'm being rude because people don't know. I'm assuming everyone knows you. So just introduce yourself and then go into the journey of B Mashilo Designs.
Okay. So my name is Bonolo Mashilo. I am a 33-year-old villager, originally from Ntwani. Ntwani is a village called Limpopo. And I am, to be more specific, I'm from Lesehleng. That's where I was born. That's where both of my parents are. I'm the firstborn of three. I studied fashion design. Before fashion design, I did a year of IT. And that was because my parents, excuse me,
Yeah.
didn't understand fashion. They didn't understand my dreams, my goals, and what I really wanted. They didn't understand the career.
Yeah.
But swadi ba
Black
ka ke ba
parents.
baholo, black
Yeah.
parents, we're not exposed.
Yeah.
And they just didn't get why I would want to do that. So after ke fetsa high school, I did a subject called design in high school, which prepared me. But it wasn't specific. It was just design in general.
Okay.
And then I knew that I want to do fashion, but I couldn't really quite, I didn't know how I was going to monetize it. Ne ke sa ikutlwisisa pila. And after IT, I decided to drop out.
Yeah.
Ka ba botsa gore this is not for me. I don't like this. I don't want to do this. And I'm not comfortable with this. And then after that, they just sort of gave in because they could see that there was so much more that I wanted to do.
Yeah.
So I left school and I packed my things. I was at risk. Abuela Rai. In the following year, I applied at the Tshwane University of Technology. And I got in because remember I did a subject called design in high school.
Yes.
So I had a portfolio ready. I did an interview and I passed it, obviously, because this is something that I wanted. And my mother said to me, "Goro fail ga one. You're going to go back
Yes.
to IT. I don't understand this thing, but I'm going to just give it a chance because
Yeah.
re tla reng." And I did amazing. There was no failing. Obviously, I passed.
Yeah.
In my second year, I was already featured in magazines. I interned at a magazine, at Elle Magazine. I was doing really well. I was working part-time at bridal boutiques. That's why I fell in love with wedding dresses. I've always been someone that overextends herself. And I started understanding what it is that I wanted to do. And I realized that fashion is really for me. How I got into modern traditional wedding dresses.
Yeah.
So that's what I specialize in. That's what I'm known for. I worked for a bridal boutique. I loved the dresses, but I couldn't relate to them. And I couldn't quite put my finger on it.
Or what's the problem?
I love wedding dresses, but this doesn't speak to me.
Yeah.
And as I mentioned, I'm a villager.
Yeah.
I wanted to bring it home. And I didn't like how women always start with the white wedding dress and then I check a spade.
spade.
So it's the alternative now. It's seen as,
I love that.
you know, what you can always wear, but the main dress has to be white.
white.
And I saw designers, yes, they were making modern traditional, but it wasn't quite a thing yet. And I think when I decided that I was going to put luxury beadwork and the effort into wedding dresses and try and make that the first dress that we step out in and possibly the main and only dress, then I realized that that's what I wanted to do. So I started doing modern traditional dresses. Kathoma ka di wedding dress, tse pink, it's orange, it's green, and yellow. And there were a few
Representing
designers.
Betty.
Yes.
Yeah.
And, Chivenda as well,
Yeah.
and Basotho, and so many different cultures that I felt, oh, this is now really me. And I love that the weddings were in the village. So even the aesthetics, they reshoot in the village, ko go leng le rwele, ko
mountains.
dithabeng. And I felt that, okay, this is what I truly love. And that's where it all started. I obviously did a little bit of evening dresses.
Yeah.
And I think I'm a designer that can do a bit of this and that, but once you find your niche and your market and you specialize in it, that's what you'll become known for.
Yeah.
And now I played kase shweshwe, the pedi trimmings, the chivenda ngwenda fabric, micheke, yeah, the Tsonga people. I really just had a way with color.
Yeah.
And when a person would say, oh, yellow's too bright, I would put gold beadwork on it and
tone it
embrace
down.
the stripes and make it look good. When someone would say, I think I want a red wedding dress, let's throw in a red veil, which is not, very popular.
Yeah.
So at first it was, how? You could have a whole wedding dress,
Long.
orange, yes, shwe. And I fell in love with that. So the business started growing and it grew by word of mouth, honestly. And Instagram started with one post. I did an internship at EdCon.
Yeah.
And one day I was like, you know what? I admired my boss so much.
Yeah.
And I felt, oh, this is me. I want to do this, but not in this space.
Yes.
Then now I want to be a boss babe. And how am I going to do it? Definitely not in this setup. And after a year of my internship, I couldn't go on for another year. I think it was supposed to be 2 years. I felt that I've learned everything that I needed to learn. So very young. Akina mpia, akina katkatsi, not married, no kids. So I was like, I'm going to take a leap of faith and just jump. And I woke up.
But then how do you, like I'm thinking now, an intern, fresh from university, you are an intern. Do you have like a representation of a businesswoman around you? I would definitely, from Ndwani, from Gaika, I would definitely ask those questions that, did you have somebody that you say, okay, this is business and it will work, because now I never grew up in business. It was just go to school, work and do this. So you as an intern thinking about business?
Yeah. I think, firstly, I love what you're saying about representation. I always say that representation matters. You cannot aspire to be something you've never seen before. You need a reference, a frame of reference. And for me, it's always been my mother.
Okay.
Na mama wazula.
Okay.
She's been doing things.
Makes
She's a professional, a social worker, but she's always had things on the side. Nariksa diaparo, she would go stock clothes and sell them. She does events even now. And she's dabbled in so many businesses. But what I took from her is just the liver.
Yes.
Direct translation.
Makes sense.
She's always been so when I resigned, I didn't really need to see what I wanted.
Yeah.
I just had hope, really. I didn't have capital.
Yeah.
I had no idea what I was trying to do. I didn't know that I would be turning into an employer. I honestly just jumped and I thought, all I know is that I want to own this business. I want to make people look good.
Yeah.
But I didn't know B Mashilo Designs would be what it is today. And honestly, my dreams change every day. If I watch interviews from 2 years back, I'm not saying the same things because I know better and I'm more exposed. So
I love that. I love what you said. We'll
it's
come back to
constantly changing. I'm evolving. I'm a new woman every day. When I listen to what I said 2 years back, sometimes I cringe. I'm like, you wanted an office? Here you are with 2 now. Now what?
Yeah.
And I didn't have a picture ya gore ke tlo rana office ke tlo hira batho ba bakana. It just sort of happened. It was like the growth was so natural. I started garaging after resigning. I literally went and moved into the garage. I had one small domestic machine.
Yeah.
And I didn't know I was employing. I called my friend. I'm like, hey, do you want to help me?
Oh.
And she came and she was like, okay, let's see.
That was your first employee.
That was my first employee. And then we just started WhatsApping, posting on Instagram, one picture. I still have those pictures. So people should scroll down right at the beginning, literally from the garage. And then clients would say, I want this and this. I couldn't understand more phone. So
Yeah.
I would say, just come over to my house and then utlo not
Yes.
realizing that that was a consultation.
Oh, wow.
And then they came in, we sat in the living room. Sometimes my parents would be watching Generations and I'd be saying, so do you want it to be tight or do you want it to be long? And and that grew. Eventually we got to a point where the garage was too small and it was invading my parents' home now. Because remember, I moved out of my place to go home. And I was like, okay, I need an office. Mama was like, jump, do it. I had rent for only 1 month.
You're like, but I'm going.
Yes, and I had nothing to attach to my name, Kanore. All I have, ke rente, please, I need this. And I just went on Property 24, Kalebela Commercial Properties. I got an office space.
Where was
then
your
I
first
realized it was in Murrayfield, Pretoria East. That was close to home. So it was only natural that I'd be based around Pretoria East. Ragena. And I was like, okay, we stitched curtains, divider. We had a production room. And then like everything was so close by. It was literally my table. Then it was seamstresses. I got 2 seamstresses. And I thought, yeah, now I'm working. I'm doing the things.
Yes.
Good, I was
Boss
really
babe.
feeling myself. I would take pictures and I also look at the captions. I'm like, yo, Bonolo.
No ring, no boss babe.
Boss babe doing this, young black girl. And little did I know that it was me opening a can of worms.
And I think it's so important to go back to like the young you, right? To see the hunger that you've always had.
Yeah.
However, the more you grow and the more you become bigger, you become more humbled. I was thinking about boss babe.
Yes.
Yeah. So now you have how many
office.
employees do you have now in the office?
Now it's myself and 2 employees. And then I had 1 temp that would come in to assist on busy days.
Yeah.
So I couldn't afford to have everyone full time. So this one was a temp. But everything was just so small.
Yeah.
But now word was going that there's this designer called B Mashilo who's up and coming. And people would wear dresses, tag me. And I had some artists and celebrities that would wear my clothes and then I'd get a following.
How do you get to
You know
getting
what?
artists?
It's really word of mouth, hey. It's bumping into someone saying, I know Mang Mang's manager. I'm going to plug you with that. And then before I knew it, I was asked, I remember I dressed Lady Zama. I got her because of a friend of a friend.
Okay.
They were looking for someone to fix her wardrobe. Disclaimer, I'm not the one that made the jumpsuits. No, that's not me. Sinna.
Okay, I don't even know about the jumpsuit. I need to see the jumpsuit.
There were jumpsuits and she was
they
trending
trending?
for all the wrong reasons.
Okay.
And then I had to make an outfit for the Summer Awards.
Okay.
And I made her a yellow polka dress. And she had an interview on TV. And she was so kind to mention B Mashilo Designs. And then people started associating my brand with her name. And I started making her clothes for her music videos. And, the person becomes a representation of your brand.
Yeah.
And our relationship was beautiful, Kama Pesa, until we just parted ways. Nothing bad happened. And then I had more doors opening. Then I got the public protector. I got him because he's
Busisiwe.
Mebusisiwe Mkwebane, the former public protector. I got her through her nephew, who I was on the same interning program with.
Okay.
At the retail store.
All right.
So he was like, hey, are you doing fashion? Oh, actually, I want to link you with my aunt.
Yeah.
And she loved my work. She wore it to the State of Nation address on the red carpet.
No.
She went on TV and she was like, I'm dressed by a young black designer. My daughter from Denelton, Dwani, check her out. And then the following grew. So someone will go and say, hey, I saw someone saying this. I'm going to come. That's how you get that. And more people see your work and they love it. Yeah.
2020 comes. What happens?
This is COVID, right?
Yes. You are on the roll making dresses.
Right now, when I look back, I would say, I used to say the worst thing happened.
Yeah.
But now I say the best happened. COVID happened. I thought I was doing well.
Yeah.
I was cruising. I was very comfortable. And I was okay in that small office. And I was really just operating at my peak. How embarrassing. And in Kore, I was comfortable. I was okay.
Yeah.
And I was okay with my 2 seamstresses and the office. And I was living hand to mouth now that I think about it.
Actually.
But I was like, the business will pick up. And then COVID happened. We closed down. People have no reason to wear dresses. No one's getting married. Matric dancers are closed. We're not even going to school. Why would you even wear a dress? No one's going to work. Events are shut down. So
How do you feel at that moment? They tell us about COVID. It feels like, okay, maybe resettle operate. We don't know what's going on. When do you now take the decision to say, I have to close down?
this was, I think, when they mentioned that there'll be a lockdown. I knew that I had to close because there was no money coming in anymore.
Yeah.
And I knew that I had to save the last bit that I had. But I had obviously paid employees and last bit of salaries. I had nothing left.
Yeah.
And rent. And I spoke to my landlord, Karen. I don't think there's a point of me being here. And I can't keep my items here. And I need to take everything so that I don't pay for storage. But remember, there was no guarantee of when are we going to be back. So she said, if they open again, you're more than welcome to come back. And I just decided, let me just go. And that was the most heartbreaking day in my career. I literally remember packing everything into my van and my dad's van and driving on the N1 going back home. I was like, after everything,
Boils down to this. Did you think it was like over?
I really thought it was over at that point. Yeah, it would be so boss of me to say I've always believed I knew. No. For me, it was over. It was literally everything I had worked so hard for. I think, to be honest, that is the one time I regretted resigning. Because people that were working their 9 to 5s were still getting paid and still sitting at home. I had no source of income anymore. That was the one time where I was like, yo.
And did you have bills? Because now you
had bills. I had my medical aid.
Car.
I had a car that needed to be paid. But that was it.
Yeah.
I've never been a like of things, so I didn't have enough. I didn't have a lot to take care of, but was way too much.
Yeah.
Even just paying my medical aid was so strenuous, and I knew the money I had saved would only last me for 2 months at the most.
then,
but I had a home to go back to.
At least.
And my parents just said, come back. I took all my equipment. I moved it into the garage at home where everything now started. And
Yeah.
Kakotsa.
Wahotsa.
And I kept watching the news for updates, and it was just getting worse.
How are your days? Like day one, it's my day two.
Day one is filled with clients saying, now that there's a lockdown, I
Refund.
want a refund.
Fuck my life.
And I'm just like, refund. Some of these clients we've bought material for already. And, shout out to the clients that were understanding.
Yes.
That were like, we will continue, we'll see where it goes.
Yeah.
But some were refunded. I don't understand why.
But also, I would say, understandably so, because maybe they needed the money also to better
They did.
their COVID side as well,
And there was a fear, what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But for some way, we had already started the process. There was nothing that I could do.
Yeah.
I had to put my foot down and say, well, wait. Then I'm just as confused. The ones that I refunded, I did.
Yeah.
And the ones that we continued on their addresses, we paused and they came with new dates. But we did have quite a number of refunds and people that were just not interested in their clothes anymore. But I had major support as well.
Okay.
There were people reaching out to say, don't worry. We've got you. You let us know when you're back in business.
Yeah.
Keep us updated. Skafela moya. But I was on zero.
Yeah.
I think I was at my lowest.
I can only imagine because none city business owners, and my husband was a business owner, yes. And it was devastating. Like, imagine that's your
bad.
everything. Like, it's over.
I've never doubted myself so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, during a period like at that time. Yes. I felt hore, I've literally given all of me, and then you're just gonna close the country. Yes. You don't imagine something like that happening.
You don't.
You anticipate other problems.
No.
But for the president to say no one's stepping out of their house, what do you mean?
Yes.
Destroy Makoti. These people need to step
Manyalo.
out. Manyalo. I mean, we can wear masks. Yes.
Yeah. And then now, when it starts to pick up, when they start to lift up, did you think about like how you're gonna be online or do online classes, online concert, whatever that you can?
You
make
know,
one, two,
during
three?
that dark time, I actually had time to reflect and to think about B Mashilo Designs. And I realized then, this is, serious. I can't just drop it. And there's no way I'm going back to corporate.
Sure.
I'm not going to look for a job. But I'm going to be honest, I was on job seekers
Yeah.
throughout COVID.
Surfing.
Thinking, maybe, I don't know, I could lecture,
Yeah.
I could do this part-time. But but I was just looking for something that could bring me any sort of income. And then I think I only applied to one. And I was just like, let me just sit down. Yeah, that time it's me and it's Java. I'm listening to that man's album. He carried me.
Oh my gosh. Shout
out to Java. You know,
Yeah.
he carried me. And I remember Kinsumo Fatsikere, my gift will always make room for me. This is the one time. And my dad came to me, Arangwanaka. You know, I want to support you, but you need to tell me what it is that you're gonna do. What's the plan? And I was the only one that could answer.
Yeah.
Karema pele. I don't know. You have hands. Use those hands to do something. Manira something. Like, reka go thusha bjang. What do you need? And I sat down and I was like, no one's wearing my clothes. No one's getting married. There's no matric dances, but they're getting dressed. What are people wearing? Loungewear. No more wedding dresses.
But we are lounging.
We are lounging. We are taking content. We're going to the shops. Why is B Mashilo centered around weddings and events? What about the people that are going to work? What about them? And I was like, okay, everyday wear, ready to wear. And I was like, I can't get to them. They can't come to me.
Yeah.
Courier.
Courier.
Online. Ready to wear, online store. And I was like, oh, okay. B Mashilo online. Okay, let's start it on Instagram.
Yes.
Back
Tell
to the
people.
basics. Tell the people, let's do a photo shoot. And I sat down, Papa Rangwanaka, Chaletaka Mafello, see, ki setse kae.
I'm even getting
This is your
goosebumps.
last shot. If you blow this,
It's
we are
over,
all
my dear.
screwed. Now it's gotta work. All right, what are we gonna do? They're like, let's renovate the garage.
Yeah.
Shimola, you know, mo fatshe ke
wa
cement,
scrapiwa.
go kentshiwa the tiles. There's no window. So I'm like, but I needed to look good for content. And I remember my dad adrila really over nothing.
Yes.
Just so that it can give curtain aesthetics. And then they're like, okay, we're going to cover this. Now we'll keep the garage open so that light can come in. And then they put shelves for me. And my mom was like, she even changed the garage door from the steel one to aluminum so that it looks, you know,
Oh my gosh.
it looks cute.
Yes.
And then parking now, we just painted the pavement outside. Gore batho ba kgone ho park mo gare go be appropriate. And you know what? At first I was like, batlo ring batho. Then my mom was like, be confident.
Yes.
Keep your head up. The way I taught you, this is still a working space. And people come here for your hands. Nobody cares about where you work from. They will come. Tell everyone where you are. Like Zora. Remind yourself, you are the business.
You are
can
B
do
Mashilo.
Yes. Are from the garage you started. From the garage you will restart and you will do it. Do it. And then I still didn't feel confident. And they painted it was a project and they were so proud. You're gonna do it. Believe. You know what? My parents carried me. That's why when they ask me for anything, I will not hesitate to do it. And I hope my mom doesn't watch this because she's gonna call me wanting a million things. Saying,
Mama,
actually,
this girl,
yes,
I
I do. And we went online and I called a friend of mine, Ketabo Pora, a photographer from my village.
I love how you've got friends around you. It's
I
really
do.
rare.
I've got an amazing circle.
Yeah.
Ka founela Thabo ka re, Thabo, I cannot budget, but re kgopela re shoot. I promise you those clothes are gonna sell.
Yeah.
First sale, I'm paying you. I call Garetse, who used to do my makeup. Garetse, girl, I need you to come and do my makeup. I cannot chelete mara. After I sell a dress, I'm gonna pay you.
Yes.
I called my friend Gare Palesa. My G, I need you to come model. She still models and she works for B Mashilo Designs now. Gare, my G, you need to come through and model. I called Slindo. I'm like, I'm starting an online store. I need you to come and model. And, you know, Haretse, who was the makeup artist, also now had to model because she was the perfect size. On the day, I was like, oh, also do your own face. And Tabo came. We went to Pretoria CBD, no studio. And everyone had to come with their hair ready.
Yeah.
I think I had a weave. And I slept the weave. I had a weave or braids on, and we took content. And I wiped my small iPhone. I took a video, and I went there and I said, "Hi everyone, it's B Mashilo Designs." That video is still there. God, it's B Mashilo Designs. And COVID happened. We had to close down, but we're back with an online store. I'm not gonna cry because I don't want to mess up my makeup. We're back with an online store. We're bigger and we're better. And I started believing again.
Yes.
And I said, we are bigger and better. We are doing this again. And please, I decided to be honest about what was going on. And that's when I knew that my authenticity would open up that very same doors again.
100%.
We closed down, but we're back again with an online store. And we're going to make this world. COVID happened, but it didn't take away the dream. I've got an online store called B Mashilo Designs. It's launching and it's going to do great. We've got sizes, we've got plus size, we're inclusive. Please, please buy my clothes. Kana ko ke rekile material, ke na le stock ready. That was my last shot.
Yeah.
But when I had that failed,
It was going to be
it
over
would be
with you.
RIP.
Rest in peace, my darling.
Honestly. And I went, and that video was so raw. And I was honest about what was happening. And I told everyone we closed down.
Yeah.
And then I posted, Hore, to all my clients, the studio's closed, but I'm working from home in the garage. And the garage became my strength and my story.
Also,
and a lot of people
you play on people's emotions now.
Yes. And that wasn't even the point.
Yeah.
I was just telling it
Your
how it is. I
story.
didn't want to pretend. I don't want to sell a fake story.
Yeah.
I don't want to pretend like all I had was my skills, my hands, my talent, and the desire to be great.
Sure.
I posted the video. I logged out of Instagram. Career. Now they can start laughing. It's okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
I think I posted and I left for a
You're
good
like-
2 hours. And then there was a lady who did my online store. Ka mora a re ke tlo go patela, ge ke fetse go rekisa.
Yeah.
Please set up the online store for me. And she pushed and said, we're going to do it. Send us content, send us pictures from the shoot. Ramusendela, the first collection. I didn't even know I was dropping a collection.
Hey.
And she looked at the pictures, we set prices, and then that, okay, we're going to launch midnight.
Oh, wow.
I told everyone we're dropping.
Hey, you very selling the ways we are dropping
Dropping.
midnight.
And I wasn't expecting anything from anyone.
Yeah.
Yo. She called me after I announced her we're dropping.
Website ya Boma Girl.
A re bonola gape website e crashitse.
Jesus.
Ka re what?
There is a lot of traffic, girl. Rupees.
Congratulations, B. I can't get onto the website. Can I buy via WhatsApp? So I buy another phone. I'm taking orders via WhatsApp.
Yes.
I even had to outsource someone to assist me with my orders.
Wow.
Everyone was buying.
This is during COVID. COVID is
This is a COVID. I'm like a Korea. ra send go busy.
Oh my gosh.
Stoko se fedile, material o fedile. But when is the next collection coming? God, what?
What was the first collection? Do you remember what it was?
I don't remember the name of the collection.
Yeah.
I don't think it had a title.
Yeah.
I honestly don't remember, but I remember the clothes. There was a black and white chiffon maxi dress, which is called Nkosazana, the maxi dress. And there was a yellow quarter sleeve dress, and it had matching masks.
What kind of the mask?
The mask, it's like I had detail and beadwork.
You love beadwork.
I love beadwork. And I just there was a tracksuit as well. There were t-shirts written B Mashilo Designs that people could lounge in. There were hats. They were customized masks. They were, mini skirts. They were everyday dresses that people could wear to the office.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
People wanted B Mashilo designs that they could wear without being brides.
Yeah.
They were modern traditional dresses that you could wear as a wedding guest. And people were like, finally, now we can wear B Mashilo.
Yes.
And they crashed the website.
And the rest is history.
The rest is history. And now I think we're on our, I don't know, probably 15th collection.
I wanted to ask, where is the business now as we stand 2024?
I love B Mashilo Online so much. I'm actually wearing a pre-release collection that I haven't dropped yet. I love the online store, and I'm so sorry, but I love it more than wedding dresses.
I'm sure.
I think because it allows me to pour out a more relaxed side, and it's for women that want to look classy on a daily and that are not brides. It gives everyone a chance to be seen in B Mashilo Designs.
Mashilo.
It's, ready to wear. You can pre-order and it's quick. But we are not having factories do our work. We're still doing it in-house, so it's still pre-order. If it's not available on the rail, we literally make it for you. And what I love most is it's inclusive. I am better than most retailers because we offer sizes up to size 50. And more than
love that.
anything, it's designed for the South African women. We have small waists, busts, bums, hips, and we love tea-length dresses for Sunday. We love mini dresses. There is so much representation there and diversity.
Yeah.
So you can go on the online store and see pieces of yourself. And behind every outfit, there's a story. And it's got a name. All our outfits have names.
How do you come up with the names? Posruele, Pokotelo. Kotelo! Kotelo! The dress.
So
I love that one.
I know you love it. I know you love it so much.
And I will buy it definitely.
You'll get it.
I will get
You
it.
have been singing.
I don't even care.
You'll get it.
I'm going to get it.
So I wanted to, how can I say this? I wanted to celebrate the ones who came before me and who made me who I am. As you know, B Mashilo, Kinabonolo,
Yeah.
Mashilo, that's my surname. So I love taking my story everywhere. And I love being a symbol of hope. And in my family, there are so many people, and in my life, that have poured into who I am today, that I've come across. And I wanted to find many ways of celebrating them. So sometimes I'd have an encounter with, say, someone that gave me great business advice or opened a door for me. And I want that to live on. So I would name a dress after them. So I've got my late grandmothers and grandfathers who I miss so much.
Yeah.
I've named dresses and t-shirts after them. And it always has a bit of their personality. Sometimes the names have nothing to do with someone.
Yeah.
It's really just how I see the dresses.
I see.
And there's so many things also that are very personal behind the naming that I don't want to discuss. But for example, I'll say Kotelo, the dress. Kotelo
is the
is
stick.
Kotelo is my mom's surname.
Oh.
Yes, ke my mom's
But
maiden
you know
surname.
Kotelo is a stick, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Ke lepara kota.
lepara.
So Kotelo, the colors tsa Kotelo on the dress, they remind me of Kotelo, my mom's home. The cream, the houses quite thing, nearly the platana it's a cream, and then the red and blue florals, nearly the trimmings of the houses. And some of the blue would be the curtains in my grandmother's bedroom. So in kotelo, that's why Lokotelo the dress. And then there's a dress called Mamutedi, who is my grandmother. Scotch is black and white. My last memories of her, Nronale Kiba, that she loved so much, a black and white. That was her favorite Sunday best. When I saw that material in store, Mamutedi the dress.
I love that.
So it reminds me. So a lot of people wear the dresses, and I love how it allows their legacies to live on. I've got an aunt that is such a socialite out there. We made a dress. It's got a high slit and it flows beautifully.
Personality high
for
up
the
there.
dress, you know. So every time I see a dress, I know the name, and I've got a list of my family, and I always say, "Oh, Nali biang ba ke sa ba itseng." We've got Sirurubele the dress. Sirurubele is made from very light material.
As well,
So ho we apere, unkgopotsa Sirurubele.
The butterfly.
The butterfly. So I'll say ke Sirurubele the dress. So when clients call, they'll be like, "Ke kgopela Mamutedi the dress, Sirurubele the dress, le Kotelo the dress, and then ke kgopela le Makubu the dress," and I'll take Piri. You've just named 6 of my family members. I have just paid homage to them. So it's deep. Now I work from the heart.
Very
and my work
sentimental.
is very personal and sentimental. So there's so many reasons why I do many things, but that's just a bit of it.
Yeah. How many people do you employ? We are like 10 minutes out or 10 minutes in.
Yeah.
How many people do you employ currently?
I choose not to say.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. It's better that way.
How many interns do you have? Do you want to maybe talk about like the internships that you do
Of
or
course.
mentoring?
Of course. So I've got a program that I'm currently facilitating at my office.
Okay.
This is an internship, and we are grooming the interns.
Okay.
They are fashion graduates. It's a graduate program. It's an
Okay.
official one. And this is a program that is really close to my heart. I love teaching and skills transfer. I enjoy it so much because I want to leave a legacy. And I've got so much knowledge in me. And I always say, when I die, I hope that I would have exhausted each and every single talent and skill and gift that God has instilled in me. I don't want to take anything with me to the grave. And my passion is interning, teaching interns,
You have patience.
mentorship. I have all the patience. And it's very hard. It's very difficult. Not all days are great.
Yeah.
But I think the end goal and the purpose of it all, it's so beautiful to imagine that my gift, my talent, something that God has instilled in me, can be the beginning of someone's life, and they're going to pass that on to someone else.
Yeah.
I wake up every day, and I think they give me even more reason to get out of bed because they are watching me, and I watch how they copy my mannerisms, the way I'm so strict, from the way I talk, my comments, even the bad things that I do, they will do it.
Yes.
And when I lose myself, they're very quick to say, "Oh, but you said." So there's a lot of accountability
That comes with mentoring.
and I always need to remember that they are watching. So I give out so much of myself. And I truly love it.
Yeah.
When I see something and I design, just sitting down, and teaching happens every day.
Yeah.
From going fabric shopping, I say, "Okay, you're going to go to the store," and they watch my relationship with the owner of the store. Then later you see them speaking to them like that and forming their own relationships. And I think for me, I'm not trying to build mini versions of me. I am helping them find the best versions of them.
themselves.
So I always say, "What would you do? What do you think?" Because I want them to be able to think independently. And then the bad part about it, I think, is giving so much that you have nothing left for yourself.
I wanted to ask, how do you pour back into yourself? Because so my other podcast, O Narrative podcast, I sit with a lot of people,
Yeah.
and they've got like issues, marital issues.
I'm a sponge, so I'll take it. That's why now when you're speaking about a soapy story, I almost want to cry because I
Yeah.
just take in everything. So at the end of that, I become so exhausted that after that, now I'm telling myself that I'm not going to speak to my guest after that because it's time for me to go home, unwind, and just release. How do you release? How do you take time for yourself? If you even do.
I do.
Yeah.
I have started. It hasn't always been that way. I think ish, man, B Mashilo Designs really takes a lot of me.
Sure.
It's so consuming. And sometimes it gets toxic. Firstly, I'm always around my team. You never really have time for
For
yourself
yourself.
and your personal life, even your family. I've missed so many family gatherings, family events, and special days are my friends, and I've lost so many friendships, so many relationships as well, because my life has been centered around B Mashilo Designs for as long as I can remember. Gore, I think it actually makes me emotional thinking about how much this takes away from me. And I thought it was a good thing because I thought I need to give all of me. You wake up in the morning, you go to work. Like at the weekend day, you go to work. I don't know what to do with myself sometimes on my off days. And I get anxiety about I should be working. And sometimes I feel guilty for being away. And I feel guilty sometimes for having a good time because I always think I could have come up with a collection. Sure. It's okay to rest. It's okay to breathe. Man, entrepreneurship is toxic.
It's too much.
We need to talk about that. It will trigger you, it will traumatize you. You constantly waiting for someone to ask you a question. There's never time to be just bonolo. So I started having, when my team grew and it gave me the luxury of time, I started delegating tasks and relaxing and being okay with not getting everything right and saying no to certain projects, certain interviews, certain events that I just felt too tired for. In the beginning, I wanted to do everything, please everyone.
Yeah.
But now I'm at a point where I can say, I'm not doing this right now. I'm going to do it later. Can I attend to you on this date? I'm not doing this wedding because kilapile. I can't attend to
Do
your
you turn
event.
down weddings sometimes
do.
if you are busy or swamped or
Yes, I know my limits.
tired? Oh, I will cry. Get a shell at the patella, unare.
By turn down, I mean, if we don't have the capacity to assist you at the office, we sometimes get fully booked.
Okay.
But we're not fully booked. I grew the team.
Yeah.
But I do turn down attending people's weddings to
hear
deliver
you.
the dresses
I hear
because
you.
sometimes I'm really on zero. I tried as much as I can,
go
but
there.
I've learned to also say, no, I can't. I need to fill up my cup. And I will go to the spa and not feel bad.
I love
and
that.
video call my bride and say, I love you so much. I'm not okay. I need to rest.
rest.
I love massages. I love buying, I love buying clothes because
Yeah.
I make clothes. So
Do you make everything? Obviously not.
most of my
but most of
outfits,
your outfits.
I still buy jeans.
Okay.
I still buy jerseys.
You don't want to make jeans.
I do.
In
I
the
want to make
future.
curvy jeans in the future.
No, o dire le batho ba mokaba. Le dire e ka dula mo pele ga mokaba ke bona. Guys, na ga sokola.
I will definitely do that. I do want to make jeans.
Yes.
Yeah, probably a shoe brand as well.
Ooh.
Handbags in the
Love
near
that.
future, manifesting that. I do that. I go to the salon to do my cornrows. I love, that's my favorite
And
hairstyle.
conversing with the people at the salon and
Yes,
just downtime.
and hoping that they don't realize it's B Mashilo, so they don't ask me about dresses.
Yes.
Yes.
Now
and
you're consulting in a salon.
yes, and eating my favorite food, which is
What is your-
maila acha.
Do you put tomato sauce and mayonnaise by the side or not?
Not mayonnaise, tomato sauce.
Yes.
Yes. I put tomato sauce and kirata maroro, the
Yes,
crust.
The crust.
Yes, sakamupitsing.
But on B Mashilo, who's your favorite? Now we're closing off. Who's your favorite South African designer?
My favorite South African designer.
Except B Mashilo design, of course. Oh my gosh, then there's no one. Don't force it.
Yeah. No, I don't have a favorite South African designer, but I do have an international one.
Who's that?
Oh, Vicky James.
Who's that?
Vicky James is a Nigerian designer.
Oh yes, o dira dilo tsa manyalo.
Yes.
O diretse le
Yeah.
bonang malobanyana.
Yes,
Ooh,
yes.
no, I hear you.
I love her work ethic. I love her talent. I love her skills, and I love how she is still herself. You know, there's a human being behind the brand,
Yeah.
and she shows that so well. I just love Black women. I've got favorite business women and mentors, not necessarily designers.
Designers.
Yes. So
Who's your favorite businesswoman, South African businesswoman?
there's so many. There's so many, and some I've got personal relationships with, so I'm not gonna name.
mention them.
But
Okay, cool.
because everyone will say, I thought I was the favorite. But I do want to say that I'm a product of Black women that believe in me so much and that have groomed me. And I've got a mentor for everything. A mentor in my personal life. My therapist as well is amazing. I'm big on mental health. She's the one that told me to how relax and sit down and not take myself too seriously. And my former lecturers, women that are in business that have given me great opportunities, women that continue to mother me, women that just call and pick up the phone and say, hey, do this and this and this for Bonolo, or this is my daughter, let her in, or that say, don't worry, you'll get it right. So those are the women that I think look up to, and not all of them are popular. Some are basadi ba ko magaeng, basadi ba ba leng mo di-industry-ing, bakgekolo. And I look up to so many women, but it's mostly Black women that are doing great things.
Nice. Lastly, a question in the house. Why is it important for women to work and have their own?
Kganto o tletseng mo lefatsheng?
Ke tletse monna. Yes.
You are your own person. You are somebody. You know, I think I express and articulate myself better in my home language, which is Sintwane.
Yes.
So I would love to do that. I'll translate because it's very deep. But a wa tlela motho mo lefatsheng sa mathomo, o itletse. And you need to take care of you first. You have a mandate to fulfill. I've got a purpose. There's a reason why I was born.
Yeah.
You know, I believe that right now I'm at my peak and it's only going to get better from here.
Oh, yes.
This is my time that God has given me. I'm in my era, man. I'm in my element. I was born for such a time. And imagine if I sat home and waited for someone to give me everything, or not used this to the best of my ability. You know what? I want to be the best version of me. I'm here for me, and amongst many other things, when I become being a wife and a mom is all gonna come, and I'm still gonna do amazing at that.
Yes.
Because that will be my time and era for that. But right now, I'm here for me. And in order for me to be the best mom and wife in the future, I have to master this time and this era in my life daily.
That's true.
And I don't understand how I can sit down and wait to be spoon-fed.
Yes.
There is so much to live for. There's so much to explore. There's so many things that women are capable of.
Yeah.
I think some women don't know how strong they are.
No.
I realize my strength every day. And every day I push myself
Your
to
limit.
the limit. You know, sometimes I do something and I have a mental breakdown and I lose it. And then I cry. Then I stop crying and say, hey man, but I didn't die. And then I go a little bit closer. Or you ask a question and the answer is not no. And first I would say, can I have 10? And then I'm like, yeah. I'm like, no, can I have 50? And then I'm like, what about 100? Oh, wa kgonagala. It's like jumping in. They say you'll never know how strong you are until you are in the worst of situations.
Yeah.
But you are here for so much more. And you have to fulfill your purpose.
100.
We've got so much to do. We're busy.
Bathong.
And the world needs you.
Busy. And that's my chat. I've realized this later in my marriage, right? And you are your own person.
Yeah.
Ne? When you were born, you were promised.
Yes.
Right? There were gifts and talents and passions and people linked to you
Yeah.
to help or to. What happens to that if I sit down and just focus on this? Because even me being a wife and having these kids is part of my purpose. Do you
Yes,
understand?
yes.
However, what happens to the people that I have to employ? What happens to the people that I have to host here?
Yeah.
What happens to other things that I have to do?
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying that it's even better for us to realize, and that's why I'm starting this podcast,
Yeah.
for people to realize those things even prior to you getting married.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
So,
I've seen, sorry, before we end it, I
Yeah.
want to say that, okay, I know that feeling. I think also being an employer, when I look at my team,
yeah.
I realize my purpose. And I look at how many people they're feeding from my gift.
Those are homes.
They're putting people through schools, taking care of their children. I've got mothers, husbands, and wives, and a young generation of women that need to be shaped. But more than anything, I've seen married women do amazing with their partners. I just want to put that out that, you know what, I could get married and become an even better version of me.
No, two is better than one.
Two is better
That's
than
the
one.
reason for marriage.
And
110%.
a mom could make me 10 times what I am because it could give me a even greater sense of purpose.
Yeah.
Like my mom always says, "Nake phela la banake."
Yeah.
You touch me, and everything she does, she's like, I can't quite live like it. So at the pace that I'm working,
yeah.
I can imagine if I had a little mouth to feed, I would be dropping collections every day.
Every day.
So, like you're saying, being a mom and a wife is part of your purpose. I think it's just still making it work within whatever industry you're in. You can be the best employee. You don't
Yeah.
have to be an entrepreneur.
No.
You don't have to be a boss babe. It's just winning at whatever season in your life that you're in and making the best of that which you are. I don't want everyone to think, there must be an entrepreneur tomorrow and a designer.
No.
You can be the best administrator. You can be the best cleaner. You can be the best helper. You will still have a ripple effect on people. Whatever world you're in.
Dominate.
Dominate. Take up space.
Yeah.
Zozuru buditse.
Bruh. Ale kwa. Miss Universe, I'm gonna take up space.
Who am I
Nare
not to
utlwile,
be?
nare utlwile. Anyway, Bonolo Baton, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time. I watch your vlogs. You are such a busy woman. And guys, from maybe Musa's fabric shopping. I don't trust you. You are just so busy. So I really, really appreciate your time. Olo no masala tikwa Musa, I stalk you, girl. I live on your page.
You know my masala
Yes. Looking for
You know what?
fabrics.
I just want to say thank you for having me. And there's something that I love so much about you, which I've observed from your social media. You are unapologetically you. You are so easy to figure out, transparent.
Yeah.
And I would like to believe that you're living your best life. And I think with this new segment on your podcast, I hope that it will bring out only the best out of you. And that it will not silence you, that you will grow into more of who you are and find ways of being a voice and giving Black women a platform. I always advocate for Black women because we need each other.
We do.
And that you will open more doors. But more than anything, you found a way to monetize your personality. And nothing should ever make you doubt that you're onto greatness. And I wish you only the best. I think when you say that a lot to people. So sometimes you need to hear that you're on the right path. And you didn't give me a chance or a choice to say no. You just knocked down the door. You're like, this is what we're doing. Here's the time. Girl, you better say yes.
Please show
and that's the spirit that you need to open any door. But I really wish you the best. You're really on a great path and you've got a great energy. I loved my time here. It feels like a talk show.
Oh, what?
So pleasant, so fun, so real, not sugar-coated. I want to see more of that. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what more you have in store for us.
B
I'm gonna
Mashilo.
keep quiet because this is not my show.
You are really, 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 really caring children under you, you know? And I'm listening to you, I'm listening to like a mom telling her. No, man, you're just a breath of fresh air, and thank you so much.
Thank you
And
for
I
having
always
me.
don't want to get used to people so much. Because I'll try too much.
Yeah.
I'll say, "Bona hore ke bo mang." Do you
Yeah,
understand? So
yeah.
I love hore ke itse hore, okay, I can call you. However, I don't want us
Yes.
to try too much
Yeah,
because I just
yeah.
want to see and learn from you.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
And you are great yourself, Mama. And thank you, thank you, thank you.
You are most welcome. You are most
Bye,
welcome.
guys.